we're some folks in Mondo, right? I'm Hector Arce. I'm the Senior Director of Creative and thank you. Product Development here at Mondo, and this is Nolan. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Nolan. I'm Senior Graphic Designer for Mondo.
Yep. And then the famous Alex Brewer.
I'm the famous Alex Brewer, sculptor and creative manager of Sculpt.
Yeah. Awesome. Alex is responsible for all the amazing X-Men figures that you see and love. So, round of applause. High praise, for sure. Yeah, so this is our official first live Toy Talk. So we're gonna, who watches Toy Talk or has seen an episode of Toy Talk, Mondo Toy Talk in the past? All right, awesome, yeah.
Like, follow, and subscribe.
Hit that like button, please. Thank you, thank you. So we're basically gonna do kind of like a live version of that. So let's kick it off with a little video that we put together.
We're going to limp on without Peter here.
Oh, I know, right. So Peter, all of you who know Peter, he's very sad he couldn't make it. He had a neck surgery, but he's okay, and he'll be at the next con, but we promised him we would be very low energy, and very, very calm, and very, very quiet, and we're just going to have a nice time, you guys, okay? So let's kick it off. So that's a little bit of everything that we do here at Mondo, right? If you're not familiar with us. So yeah, welcome to Toy Talk Live. We can go to the next slide, and I think we already introduced ourselves, but there's our pictures. I haven't updated mine in like 6 years, so it's the one we've been using, and so they were forced to turn their photos in black and white, basically, right?
Yeah, we always had that. We had to match Peter, or sorry, Hector, because he wasn't going to update.
No, I wasn't going to update. So that's what we got, but yeah, that's us. And yeah, a little run through what we have available here at WonderCon today. We have an amazing cherry blossom colorway of our. Yeah, is your favorite one? Yeah, I love this color. It glows in the dark, and it's by an amazing artist named Octeil. He designed the Godzilla UFO for us, and yeah, he did the paint and all that kind of stuff. So that's available here at the booth. And then we also have a Mirage colorway of Mondo Gecko. And if you went to New York Comic Con or saw the Mirage set that we sold at New York Comic Con, this is our little follow-up to that. So we're hoping to kind of continue it as a through thread throughout the soft vinyl pieces for Ninja Turtles, right?
Yeah, for exclusives.
Yeah, for the exclusives, yeah, exactly. And then we also have our Jaws Tiki mug available. If you're a fan of Tiki, if you are, you should go to Trader Sam's later on and enjoy a Tiki drink there because it's my favorite Tiki bar in the area.
Woo. Yeah, and yeah, obviously this year is a big year for Jaws. We're entering the anniversary of the movie, and so obviously this is a great kickoff to kind of our love of that movie and what we can do this year.
Yeah, what's the anniversary year? Is it 50th?
Yeah, 50th.
50th.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's my favorite movie.
Yeah.
I think it's my favorite movie. So we're gonna do a lot of stuff with Jaws this year. So stay tuned. We have a lot of big plans. And so here's a look at some of the art prints that we have at the show. We have two amazing reproductions. one of them, a very famous, Fantastic Four cover by Alex Ross that came out last year and had a lot of buzz around it, right?
Yeah.
So,
Striking.
it is very striking, yes it is. So we have a 24 by 36 reproduction down in our booth, and then we also have an amazing character sheet of Nightcrawler, which is one of my favorite X-Men characters. And who's the artist on the original one?
Dave Cockrum,
Yeah.
the co-creator
guys-
of Nightcrawler.
The co-creator, okay.
Yeah, this
You
is
guys haven't been at the booth and you haven't seen, obviously we're talking about it a little
Yeah.
more later, but Nightcrawler, this is a perfect pairing
Yes.
for that figure. So
Exactly.
you have that figure, you have that poster behind it.
I've looked at that character sheet a few times.
I
and
missed
it's-
one.
When you were sculpting Nightcrawler, yeah. I'm sure you did, yeah. And then, so, a few weeks ago, we had an amazing live event at the Funko Hollywood store. It was Mondo X Yu-Gi-Oh, where we reproduced the cards for the first time officially as screen prints, blown up, right? Some of the original cards, some of the more like classic monsters like Dark Magician, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Red Eyes. So we had a great show. We had a lot of people showed up. It was a lot of fun, and we had a few left over, and we have them here. So this is your only other chance to get those, and we have very, very, very few.
Like
Yeah.
10
of each or something like that. So, you know, the rest of them are gone. So if you have a chance, you're a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh, head down to our booth and grab one of those, because it's probably the last time you'll be able to get one.
Yeah, it's for the, was it your anniversary year or something?
It was the 25th anniversary,
So, yeah,
which
yeah.
makes me feel old.
Yeah, but it has opened up some doors with Yu-Gi-Oh in general, and will be, something we can explore further with all
Yeah.
of our categories. So we're super excited about the relationship that we're building with them.
For sure. Cool. Nolan, do you want to speak to some records?
Yeah, definitely. Over the past year or so, I've had the opportunity to work more and more with our music team, and it's been, an extremely exciting and rewarding part of my day-to-day. So I work, as a graphic designer, I work with my team, and we design a lot of packaging for all of this. I work on, I got half of this. Some of this is some of our older categories, but there's some of our hits that have been, incredible for us for the past few years. This one we have on hand here is our core line. If you guys haven't seen this, this was beautifully designed by, you would know him from all of the packaging that is done on all of our collectibles, Jordan Christensen, and he brought the amazing, design and focus to detail to our, record packaging here with this incredible pop-up that he designed with the artist Dylan Aldane. So Dylan did all the paint over and painted the actual Pink Palace, but Jordan designed all of the pop-up, and then we have these incredible
I know, I love the
picture
button discs. It's so cool. Like, check this out.
Yeah, they're really, really awesome.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. This was such an exciting one to work on. And working with Micah is, a dream. I am a huge stop motion fan, so everything that they've ever done has been, formative for me, and getting this opportunity to work on this packaging was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And then, if you guys haven't seen, I will always advocate for this property because it is a special interest of mine, is Scavenger's Reign. I absolutely love the work on that. It was like my first actual full package from start to finish that I did for us. And it's a beautiful show. If you haven't watched Scavenger's Reign, absolutely incredible. And the packaging that we were able to accomplish with that is really beautiful.
Yeah, it's so great. And our music team's amazing, and the whole, what we've done with records is the same amount of love that we put to our prints, we put to our collectibles. It's trying to take the property and elevate it as much as we can, right?
Yeah, interpret it through packaging.
Yeah,
To
exactly.
interpret the picture through packaging.
Right.
That's how I like to interpret that.
So all of these are available downstairs at our booth, 208. So
Yeah.
please come by if you're a fan of any of these.
277.
I'm sorry, 208's a room.
Yes, I got you.
227, there you go. The
227.
numbers are confusing. It's early as Friday. And we have some merch designed by Nolan Fleming.
So obviously there were some recent wildfires here in LA, and
Yep.
we are, a good majority of us live here in LA, and so it affected our friends and family, and so we wanted to try to do something to benefit that. And we worked with AmeriCares, and we produced this design, this Rise Up design, that pictures, the golden poppy and the California, brown bear, and the phoenix. So this was something we pulled together pretty quickly and got up on the site to benefit AmeriCares and benefit the wildfires. So.
Yeah, so that's available there at our booth as well. So the proceeds do go to the charity, right? So please come by if you want to grab one. It's going to a good cause.
Yeah.
All right. So on Toy Talk, right? If you're familiar, we usually do some deep dives into a toy, right? We go into the behind the scenes, how it was made. You get to look at the concept art. You get to look at the sculpt. You get to look at the paint and all of that stuff, right? So we're going to take a deep dive into a character that we just revealed here at Comic-Con. So if you not Comic-Con, WonderCon, sorry. If you've come to our booth, you've seen him, but if you haven't, go check it out after the panel. And let's get into it. Yes.
Did himself again.
Yes, our photographer did such an amazing job with this shot. But yeah, we're gonna do a deep dive into Mumra, and people have been asking us about Mumra for a very long time. We've been working really hard on it. It's an incredibly detailed piece. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, so the sketch phase here is something that we always do. It's, well, not always, I guess I should reiterate that. It's depending on the artist, right? In this case, Emiliano Santalucia, he was exploring the character. So this is kind of a look at how he starts, right? And then what goes into being kind of like the final look, right? And he will do these sketches and we kind of give notes back and forth. We talk about it. Basically, once we reach an agreement between myself and Emiliano, he then finishes it up and colors it, and then you get basically what you're seeing there on the left, or on the right, sorry. And then if you go to the next slide, that's kind of like the final look. So he'll give us full turns of the character, right, as well as fleshing out all the accessories. So I basically go to him and say, I have a list. Here's my list of things that I want to see in this release. And I'll give them all the references. We pulled from the original toy line, we pulled from the show, obviously, and other versions of Mumra's existence throughout Thundercats history. And so we kind of, it encompasses Mumra all around, right? And that's kind of what we've been wanting to do with this line. Similar to Masters of the Universe, where Mondo's kind of given it its own, I guess Mondo verse is how we coin it internally. It's like our own version of these characters, right? And with Thundercats, we're doing the same thing. So Mumra here, this is kind of the final concept art right before it goes into sculpt. And so here you get to see him without his loincloth. Explicit warning, sorry. Yeah, we should have blurred it. Sorry guys. But this is a look at the sculpt, and we have a very talented sculptor on staff. His name's May Famperana, who does beautiful work. If you've bought some of our Motu figures like Beastman, Orko, those are sculpted by him. Lino was sculpted. Lino. Right, yeah, Lino was sculpted by him. So he's going to be doing most of this line for us, so we can keep that aesthetic going through it, right? Awesome. Yeah, and so this was his basically it's like raw sculpt that we again getting notes in it and all of that stuff. But with someone like May, notes are very few and far in between. Like he just kind of nails it right away. So this was pretty much one of the final steps before we submitted it to get approved. And we had to draw a skirt to make sure that Warner Brothers knew that he wasn't going to just be bare bone. And here's a look at all the accessories that he sculpted. And if you go see this in person downstairs, that flame blade is giant. It's like this big when you assemble it. It's super crazy, but I'm so glad we included it because again, it's a reference to the show, and he does this in the show. So we try to pick when we can.
And complicated to figure out too how the flames would sort of fit around the blades. So you can still see the blade within them, and it have the proper look and sort of thickness. These are the things that you have to kind of consider when going from a 2D concept to a 3D piece.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with when you see something in 2D, it's you can have the most beautiful drawing ever, right? But if the sculptor doesn't know how to interpret that, right, it's not gonna come through, right? So with someone like May or Alex or Tommy or some of our other guys on the team, they have that natural knowledge of okay, I can see something. It's flat, and I can reinterpret this to make it look better, or even in 3D. So here is something on Toy Talk that we call the exploded view. It's basically, I love to show these off because it shows everyone the complexity that goes into the figure before it goes into production. This is basically all the Mumra and all the sums of its parts, right? It's all the pieces that go into it. And he's probably a solid like over 100, 150 parts, right? Like,
and that's just the sculpt. It's not because he's mixed media, you know, all the cloth goods and stuff. He's a very complicated figure.
That's where Tommy really shines, right?
Yeah.
Like, he did come through. Like,
yeah, and so so the making it functional at this scale, making sure that all the everything works properly is a big part of the production process, right? And like Alex said, this is only a part of it because that doesn't include the paint. It doesn't include all the fabric. It doesn't include all of that. So then we have to hire a seamstress, right? And that person comes in and they will come and create the outfit. We have to direct that as well. So it's a multi-step process here to even develop a character like this at this level of detail. And here we have some shots of Mumra facing off with Lino. That is released a while ago. And we couldn't do Mumra without Mummutt.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I love Mummutt. I think he's my favorite part of this figure for some reason. I love all the little.
I love some little guys.
Yeah, if you collect
little guys.
Yeah, if you collected our stuff, like our little buddies are my favorite part about it. Like I love Snarf. I love the little Orcos that come with Orco. And Mummutt is my favorite. I want to have just a shelf of just little buddies.
My kids have been absolutely obsessed with Scarfish. Like,
Oh, yes.
I got my refillet finally recently, and they've been absolutely obsessed with it. So it comes down the line,
Yeah, no, it's great. I love it. So we love to include it because it's just a fan thing for us, really.
And Mummutt has an extra head too.
Yes, he has a little smoke that comes out of his mouth, which is a nod to the show. And yeah, this is showcasing him without his chest armor, so you can remove his chest armor as well and his cape. And it's going to come with these bandages that are all wired, right? So you can pose all the bandages. You can get them in very dynamic poses. His little tassels are wired. So we went through some pretty great lengths to make sure that you could display him in very different ways. And with the bandages here, he'll come with extra bandages so you can recreate the scene. Okay, and that was it. That was it for Mumra. You can go check him out downstairs in person. He looks awesome. He's giant, and he comes out in a couple weeks. So he will be available. So follow Mondo News. At Mondo News. I should know this. Follow at Mondo News to get your news about Mondo because we will be announcing the date pretty soon. All right, so on Toy Talk, we normally try to tease little reveals, but we don't go into full reveals all the time. But since we're at a con, let's go into full reveals. And the first one is... Perfect segue. More Thundercats Love. It was funny because we were running through this slide with Peter, and this was the one note Peter gave us. He was like, make sure Chitara's after Mumra. It's a great segue. And we're like, you're right. So Chitara, we're so excited. Again, little buddies, right? We got Robert over there. He'll come included with the peas, and she also comes with baby Lino, which if you've seen the show, you know that at some point they turn into babies, right? Or
at least Lino.
At least Lino, and Chitara carries him around. So I thought it'd be really cute to include a baby Lino. I don't think a baby Lino's ever been made into a figure. So there you go. We're also, making sure that, we pay homage to her speed. So she's gonna come with these kind of flash speed trails that you can get her into a running pose to kind of, emulate that. And she comes with a bunch of accessories that you've seen in the show, like the mirror, the flute, and all that kind of stuff. So she's really exciting, and May is working on her, and she looks incredible.
Yeah, wait till you guys see.
Yeah, she's really cool. She looks really cool. All right, so Carnage, we have the sculpt downstairs, but this is everything else that comes with it. So we wanted to show it off here because we didn't bring all the accessories. But, so you can see Carnage himself downstairs as a 3D print. But this is all the stuff that comes with it. Alex, you sculpted this.
Yeah,
so you want to talk about it?
I did, yeah. He comes with a little buddy too.
Yeah, a little buddy.
Little symbiote Carnage. Yeah, I mean, This is a slightly, Carnage, in the comics is kind of like a more skinny, kind of spindly character, but on the Spider-Man animated series, he's a little more buff. He's like kind of right in between.
Everyone's buff in that.
Yeah, everyone's super buff. So he's like kind of right in between Spider-Man and Venom in terms of size, and getting all three of them standing next to each other is going to be pretty awesome, I think. And yeah, there's the red and black color scheme is like so graphic and cool.
Yeah.
So.
And something unique about Carnage in this show is that he has a very unique face, and he has like a weird little smile that always stuck with me when I watched it when I was a kid, and so we had to include it. So if he's downstairs, you can see that head on the figure, and yeah, he has a very unique patterning. It's very unique to the show.
Yeah, and that's sculpted in.
Yeah, it's all sculpted in. It's not painted. So.
And we've got the 3-fingered hands that he has in the show too. So.
Yeah. Someone was pointing that out earlier to me.
Yeah.
Oh, that made me very uncomfortable. 5 to 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Carnage. You can check it out downstairs. But yeah, we wanted to show off all the other accessories that come with it. Oh.
Oh, dude.
All right.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of people have been asking about this, when the next villain is going to be, and that Mr. Sinister is going to be the next villain. So, Alex, again.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta call it on this one, the old head from X-Men '97 that he's gonna come with. Super fun to do, like.
It looked like you had a lot of fun.
Yeah, because I took the main head and I actually aged it. Like the sort of things that happen as you age. Like I sculpted that in
Life.
Yeah. Yes. Even his little diamond on his forehead is the wrinkles kind of move around it. And, but yeah, he was fun to do. He's got his cape is super elaborate, but because of the 1/6 scale, we're able to really faithfully recreate that. And
yeah, it's usually when it's done in an action figure form in the past, the cape's been very soft, so you kind of lose a little bit of that silhouette that's really famous for Mr. Sinister, especially in the show.
Yeah.
Right? He forms such a great, imposing figure.
Yeah.
Because of those giant tassel cape things that are floating behind him. So we're developing it so that those remain that way, and you can keep that silhouette, which is I think important for the character. And we have nods to '92, right? The original show. That little suction cup alien. We'll call him Buddy number 2. What was he? He's in one scene, right?
Yeah, it's Sinister has all these weird kind of plant things that are also devices. It's the less you know about it.
Yeah, I don't want to know what it really is.
But it's super cool, and it gives you that. It's that 90. To me, it's that 90s sort of toyetic vibe that Sinister has. And the same thing with he's got the sort of acid dissolving wound you can put on his side, because when Cyclops uses his powers on him, sort of dissolves Sinister. He's just he's a crazy character. So.
I love to see the little details you guys pull out, because I don't work with the collectibles every day. I work very closely with them, but I'm often working on the records or the posters or the brand or the booth, whatever. So when I come to get to see this, I'm just as excited as you guys when we come into these meetings. When we get to show off around the table and we get to show off what we're working on, and they see these things, these Easter eggs, it's absolutely blows my mind that they came up with this concept and this little tiny detail that not everyone's gonna know, but those the people that do are gonna appreciate it. And it always blows my mind.
And thanks for pointing that out, because we're fans of this, right? We love what we're doing, and so when we hit these to some people random little the little calculator thing that's on the belt, we really know what it is, but it looks cool, and it was in the show in the '92 for one scene, and if you know, you know, and I think that's what we do this for, right? It's picking out those little things. And then, of course, he does come with a little buddy as well, buddy number 1, which is the shadow version of him that you see in '97.
Yeah.
So, Nightcrawler, right? Nightcrawler's downstairs. You can see the figure on display. But like Carnage, we wanted to show off the other stuff that he comes with. Alex, yet again, you worked on this?
Yeah. So and I, he's down in the case downstairs. Check him out, because he's got 2 bendy tails, one regular and one where he can hold one of his swords. If you remember from
that blew me away. I only seen this, and then I came and I saw that, and with the bendy tail, the way he had the swords up and that.
It folds it up. Yeah, so he's got the 3 swords, super swashbuckling Nightcrawler.
Love it.
And then BAMF effects, you can see those are little it's like smoke pieces that you can kind of clip onto him in different places, so it's like he's kind of emerging from his teleportation Banff smoke. He's got a head portrait that's based off of his Pride of the X-Men appearance, so if you want that kind of like classic 80s Nightcrawler look, or the X-Men 92 Nightcrawler head where his hair's kind of...
So you have options, you know, if you like 97, you can have that on display. If you like 92, you can have that, so.
And of course, because we're little buddy happy.
Little buddies, more buddies, proof of little buddies.
If you know from the X-Men comics, the issue Kitty's Fairy Tales, like one of the most iconic classic X-Men issues, and that introduced the Banffs, which were these little like chibi versions of Nightcrawler. And I think this is the first ever, this is a Banff doll, so it's like, Nightcrawler has like a little doll which also shows up, but it's I think the first ever Banff toy, and it's crazy because it's such a toyetic concept,
but yeah, I mean, I think we should just be called little buddies.
Yeah, I feel like we all go like interchangeable. I go little guys, you go little buddies.
Little guys.
I'm pretty sure Cam does little dudes. So.
Little dudes, I like little dudes. That's very
matches our vibes.
Yeah, that's a very Cam thing to say. Anyway, yeah. So here, the next one we're going to show off is the first time ever seeing it.
Oh wow!
So we are doing She-Ra Deluxe. So we've done a He-Man Deluxe in the past, which celebrated many of He-Man's various looks throughout the toy history, right? And this time we're doing it with She-Ra. And she's gonna come with her original classic look. So we revamped the classic look, which we released our first She-Ra almost 3 years ago? Yeah. Just around there. And you know, it was our Mondo version, right? And this one, her default look on the left, right, is very much inspired by the original cartoon, right? And in the middle there is her toy version, one of her toy versions from the 80s. And then on the far right, which is my favorite, is Bubble Power. And that costume is going to be pink with, you know, metallic pinks and all that. And she comes with the Bubble Blaster, I think it's called, but it's like a big cannon that the original toy, you could actually like fill it up with bubble solution and blow bubbles out of it, which ours will be able to do. So if you want to blow bubbles with your expensive $250 figure, go for it. But it's up to you. But yeah, so she will come with a lot of amazing accessories. We just wanted to show off the possibilities here because you'll be able to buy She-Ra and get these 3 options to display her in.
And this is another May sculpt.
May? Yeah, May.
The range of being able to do both Mum-Ra and this She-Ra, that's, you know, that's the May specialty.
And I mean, you guys were just telling me yesterday about how like the level of detail in the painting that went into the face by Mark Bristow, like absolutely incredible. Like it's like beautiful, like so talented, dude. But yeah, next one on the slide here. If you guys have already been by the booth, there is a pedestal that is covered. So this next thing is going to be revealing that, and then you guys definitely need to come back down to the booth and see it in person, because this doesn't do it justice.
No, this picture is just a render, right? So is this. But later, after this panel, you can go downstairs and check it out in person for the first time. Revealing here at WonderCon is Swiftwind in 1/6 scale. It's giant, and it's downstairs. After the panel, he also comes with 2 little buddies, not 1 but 2, and much more. But yes, this is our Swiftwind 1/6 scale figure, and I'm, you know, having been a model for a long time, I never thought we'd get to this point where we'd be able to do a 1/6 scale Swiftwind, which, you know, is a massive horse. We did do Scaremare, right, which was our own character that we developed here at Mondo, which became officially canonized in the Masters of the Universe lore, right, called Scaremare, right, which is Glow's steed. And now we felt it was right to then now do Swiftwind, of course, right? Because you can't have one horse without the other.
And I can't wait to see the 2 of them fighting mid-air.
Right. Yes. The wingspan's like this. So yeah, so go downstairs. We will unveil it. It's the first time anyone has seen the actual painted prototype downstairs at our booth.
And you can get your second mini fridge box.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
At this point, I'm building furniture out of our boxes.
Well, it could be for your children.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, they just run around, jump on the boxes. Cool. All right, so we are getting into Masters of the Universe in 1/12 scale, meaning a 6 to 7 inch range figure line, right? We've been wanting to do this for a very long time. We've announced it a while back, and this is, our look at our He-Man concept art. You can check out the unpainted prototype downstairs as well. And this is kind of a look at everything that he comes with. He comes with his sword, his axe, his shield, and a bunch of swappable heads. But we're not going to do He-Man without doing other characters, so we are going to support this line with a lot of other characters. So, next up would be Clawful.
Oh, wow.
Right? And Clawful is going to be, would be paired up with He-Man, and that's really cool because we love Clawful, and we've been wanting to do Clawful for a long time. And doing it in this scale seemed the most responsible for now, even though we just announced we're doing a giant horse. He comes into it a little fishy buddies, a little crab and stuff like that, but that's going to be our Clawful 1/12. And then, of course, we're going to be doing Skeletor. And Skeletor, again, this is all based off the 2000X TV series, right? So we're pulling a lot from that show. And also kind of giving it our own design spin a little bit, but really staying faithful to those designs, you would say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Seemed like so I mean, today, or yesterday was the first time I'd seen He-Man, the sculptor, like, I guess the prototype in person, and like, just seeing it, like, it's scaled down, but like, the level of detail you guys still pack in there, it just feels like you guys just shrunk your 1/6, like, you still packed it in.
Yeah.
And it's wild. It's wild that that much can still be, packed into such a small package. So.
Yeah, exactly. He's his own little buddy.
Yeah.
But
so next to each other.
yeah, but I mean, that's what we're trying to do with these is pack the same amount of detail, the same amount of deco, like paint applications, right? That we do in our bigger figures, just a smaller scale, a more accessible price point, right? But yeah, Skeletor, obviously you got He-Man without Skeletor. And then the other one we're going to be doing is Man-at-Arms in 2000X. So we're really excited. We haven't done a Man-at-Arms in it's been 7 years almost since the 1/6 scale Man-at-Arms came out. So we felt fitting that if you're going to do a hero and a villain, right, He-Man and Clawful, and you got to do Skeletor and a hero, we felt that Man-at-Arms was the fitting one to do right away. So yeah, really excited. Again, pulling a lot of lore from the TV show and the overall design aesthetic.
He's got his top knots.
He's got a good top knot. Yeah.
Good. Solid.
Awesome.
This next one is personally huge for me. This is like, I absolutely love this property. It's been formative for me. I've dressed up for it as Halloween with my kids, as the whole crew. And so now we can actually have it, on our shelf as well.
So we're going to be doing Over the Garden Wall figures. For the first time ever, there's never been a figure for Over the Garden Wall. And if you guys are fans, I hope you are. Who's a fan of Over the Garden Wall? Who's seen the show? Okay, awesome. So we're going to be doing Mondo squads. So if you're familiar with our squads, we just put out, Adventure Time, Aria Monsters, Daria. This is going to be a really awesome squad, and we're so excited, and I love that show, and I know Nolan loves this show, and it's been a long time coming. I think a lot, Over the Garden Wall has a really passionate fan base, and we've been wanting to do this, and we finally got the go-ahead. So yeah, stay tuned for more news there.
True passion project,
Yeah.
especially with our soundtrack that we have as well.
Exactly.
It's just always been something that I've loved to be a part of. So
Yeah.
super excited for this.
All right, and then we're going to be doing
Oh,
Superman,
there it
the
is.
animated
Oh.
series. People have been asking about this for a long time. And we've been hoping to do it, and we finally got to go ahead. So yeah, if you guys have been following Mondo for a long time, we've been doing Batman the Animated Series figures, and in 1/6, right? And it's just been awesome. It's awesome to see that line grow. I never thought we'd be doing a Man-Bat in that line when we first started it. I never thought we'd get to Clayface, but we have, and we're basically running through the entire Rose Gallery at this point, right? And what I will say about that line, if you're a fan, we don't have any reveals there, but a good famous sidekick of Batman,
Oh, Batman.
might be coming very soon. Yeah. And then a guy with split personalities.
Dude.
Is heading your
Just
way.
grab a couple different
I guess it could, but one particular person that comes to mind. But yeah, Superman, we're really excited. I love this show. It's my Superman is this. Whenever I compare any live action Superman, I always compare it to Superman from that show. So yeah, we can't wait for you all to see it. Alex is already working on the sculpt. It's almost done.
And revisiting the cartoon too. It's beautifully animated.
It really is.
If you've never seen it, or if you haven't checked it out in a while, watch it again. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, those shows hold up so.
They really do. All the Bruce inspired art show, all of those, like you can still watch it to this day, and they just look incredible.
Yeah.
Superman, Batman. So there you have it. Those are all the reveals for this for Toy Talk. And so thank you guys. We have some questions and answers. So if you guys want to come up, if you come up and ask a question, we're going to give you free stuff. So we have some giveaways. So please come up and ask a question if you have some. We have about 7 things to give away, including some figures, records, and a poster.
Oh.
There's no mic. It's a small room. You can yell. It's okay. Yeah, go for it, sir.
I got into Mondo because of the 1/6 scale Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
And I was hoping we were ever going to see a revisit to those 1/6 scale articulated figures.
Bonzo's here.
The soft vinyl you're doing now?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we announced that we're doing 1/6 scale turtles, right? So we're going back into the 1/6 scale turtle for sure. And similar to what we've done with Thundercats and Masters of the Universe and all of that, it will be our homage take to Ninja Turtle history, right? For every character, right? So it's not going to necessarily be a carbon copy of what we did the first time around, but it's going to be it's just going to be a celebration of Turtles overall. So yeah, we announced.
We showed
Donatello. Donatello's the first one. He's coming this year. It looks awesome.
Truly next level. That's like TMNT is my property for sure, and it hits all the points I want. So I love those
turtles.
Yeah, and they come with little buddies. You know, you gotta expect them at this point. Yeah. What Ninja Turtles, right? Do we have
turtle stuff.
Are you a Godzilla fan? You like Godzilla? All right. Give him a Godzilla UFO. Here you go, man.
Hey, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Big fan of all the recent posters with like Jim Lee and some Tommy Brown stuff. And I've been a fan of Mondo back in the day, like Polymers and Killer. So just wondering if you guys could tease any like good people you guys are bringing in with the posters or any comic book artists that you're kind of like have in the works, that kind of stuff.
Trying to think of some teasers that we potentially have. I mean, we definitely have some really cool stuff that we're working on. If you were a fan, of some, I don't know, like how to word it, teasing it properly. But if you're a fan of some old Mondo, kind of formative Mondo artists, we definitely have some of them coming back, and they're going to be doing some very, very cool stuff with us. If you were a fan of some of our old pin designs, maybe, if that helps at all. Anyway, yes, we have some really cool artists that are coming back that were like what brought me into Mondo fandom.
Same here.
And so, yes, we're very, very excited with who we're working with coming up soon, and I think you're going to be too. So.
Yeah, posters for sure is one of those things for us that it is part of the Mondo identity, right? Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So we're really stoked to have.
Obviously, it's going to be the Crow.
I
want a poster.
Coming back into the fold. So yeah, look out for that this year.
That's pretty good.
Around Comic-Con, there might be some stuff.
Oh yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
We're our new artists, but we want to make sure we're honoring the legacy.
But they can do something.
An
homage.
Oh yeah. Oh, there you go. These are super rare, but there you go. You got a video poster, man. Thank you.
Your dream IP or figure that you want to do but haven't yet, if you can't, like if you're not revealing something.
Oh man.
Like what would your dream be?
Do you have a dream one? I mean, we're kind of working
We're
on
doing-
all of
yeah,
them.
we're
Yeah, it's
doing-
so weird. Yeah, I mean, at this point.
I
I
do
do.
want Over the Garden Wall.
Over the
That
Garden
was
Wall,
my
yeah.
dream,
Over the
but
Garden
yes.
Wall was one that's has especially because it's never existed before in this form factor, right? So
I have some, but I don't want to say because just in case we do get.
just say it. Whatever.
Well, okay, so
That's how you
will it to existence.
That's the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Ghostbusters
Like,
literally existed.
all right. This is I would love to do Disney Alice in Wonderland.
Oh.
That's our
Yeah,
dream.
that'd be
I would love for you to do that.
Some Disney old animated movies
Yeah.
too, the 90s animated movies, Aladdin, Lion Are you a music fan, or are you a tiki fan, or?
I like tikis and music.
Okay, well we have a Jaws tiki mug.
Oh.
There you go. Here you
Oh,
go.
that's sick.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right.
What kind of feedback do you get from the IP owners? Did you get to talk to Bruce Timm for Batman animated series? Did he get to see the stuff and give you something to do or fix or include?
Sometimes we talk to like the original creators and stuff like that, but for the most part, we're just interfacing with the licensor, right? And they talk to them for us, right? That's just kind of how it goes. But whenever we do get a chance, it's very lovely. Like we got to know personally the Leewalds, who were the showrunners for X-Men, the animated series, the original show, right? And getting to know them, getting their feedback, getting their notes on like maybe what makes the character special, and maybe include this accessory because this is why we included it in the show. That kind of stuff's so priceless, especially when we get to collaborate like that. So we don't get to do it that often, but when we do, it's always really special.
I was always so excited to get like the box copy from them.
Yes.
And that's a box copy for every X-Men figure. They would write something new and original
Yeah.
for it. And it was always so exciting to read that and know that you're working directly with people. Like,
Yeah, I don't know if people know, but on our X-Men box art, when you open the inside, the thing that the passage that's written there, the story is written by the Leewalds, the actual showrunners and writers of that show. They actually write a new little blurb about it.
Very eloquent descriptions of the characters, their bios.
So that kind of stuff, it's always really, really special.
We chose.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Well, all right. So we can give you give them I think that's. Just give them Dari. You get a Daria set. Thank you. Yes. Awesome. We have 3 more things to give away, just letting you all know.
Going back to your Carnage slide.
Yeah.
So you showed a lot of accessories. Are those tentacles wired? Can they be moved?
The ones that clip onto his back, that's
Those are,
currently.
yes. Are those posable?
I don't think they'll be posable, but they're going to be soft.
Yeah.
So they'll be able to.
Wired or moved?
I don't think we're going to make them wired. No.
Are there plans to do anti-venom?
We're specifically doing the cartoon, the Spider-Man animated series.
Yeah. So basically, characters that have appeared in the show, we can.
So we can't have Carnage, Venom, and Anti-Venom lined up on a shelf somewhere.
There is a Spider Carnage.
That doesn't.
Yeah, there is a Spider Carnage. That's true. There's Spider Carnage.
There's
Yeah.
more symbiote.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
had.
Use Spider Carnage. Remember?
All right. Well, let's get you a.
That's what I should ask.
Yeah.
Because are we doing? I heard some.
So you guys have done, I think, 3 uncanny versions of the X-Men figures?
Yeah.
They're planned for more soon?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, the fact that we get to do the uncanny versions is really cool because technically we're doing the animated series, but this gives us a chance to apply a different type of paint application to the sculpts, which are beautifully done by Alex, right? So when you do the cell shading that we typically do, right, that's meant to look like a cartoon, there's differences there that change the way that you look at the
It
figure.
transforms.
It transforms,
the figure.
yeah,
It's like,
right.
yeah, it's like pretty much again. If you compare any of the uncanny with the cell shade versions, it's like having 2 different figures.
Yeah. So we definitely want to continue it, and we'll probably just kind of work our way back to the ones that we've already, obviously already released and go from there. So yeah, are you a Masters of the Universe fan? All right, you get an Orco.
I'm new to Mondo, so give me ignorance. I love the street charts, and I saw the ripstones. They're in change. Are ever going to expand on that line?
I want to. Yeah. I mean, Ripster was received so well. I mean, it's thank you. Yeah, it was so cool to see the fan response to that line. I mean, I know I grew up with that show. It was one of the shows that I watched.
That's like top tier for me.
But it never really went on that too much, other than the awesome Mattel toy line. And I loved the toys. It was some of my favorites, like especially the squishy skin on all the sharks.
Yeah.
So the fact that we got to do a Ripster and kind of reinterpret it in our way with designed by James Groman and sculpted by Brandon on our team, and Mark Bristow, our painter, did an amazing job on it.
It's the dream team.
Yeah, it's a good, yeah, so yeah, I mean, I definitely want to keep supporting it.
Yeah, it's so cool to hear that you're new to that line, because that line really did like expand. I mean, it hit on audiences that we hadn't seen before, so that was very exciting to hear.
Who would you like to see next?
Yeah, let's hear your.
Oh, Streaks.
Streaks, yeah, that's
always
that's one me and my dad kind of bonded over when the show came.
Really?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He had one in his cubicle at work.
Okay, cool.
When he
Despite he can't, dude, we follow him all
took
day.
it and made mine.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, Streaks is definitely. If there's another one, if there's a next one, that's the next one for sure. Awesome, dude. Well, here, take a record. This is what we've got left. But come by the booth, come say hi to us, man. Feel free. Yeah, you can ask.
With kind of working with Jim Lee and having come in and do special events, I was wondering, is there any plans to maybe tap into Milestone and maybe do a toy Static Shock?
Oh man.
That'd be cool.
Technically DC animated.
Yes.
Technically, right? There is a DC animation that's done Static Shock, right? Exactly. Yeah. No, I know. You know what's funny that you're not the first person who's asked about Static Shock, and I think he doesn't get a lot of love in general, and I think it deserves some, right?
There's been some cool figures, but getting that animated version,
Yeah, getting that like animated, accurate version, which is the one we used to watch, right? Like I used to watch Static Shock. Yeah, I think that's there's a high possibility there. Thank you.
I saw that the Batman Mask of the Phantasm is available on vinyl for the first time.
Yep.
And since that movie is from like '93, how did you decide to release it now on vinyl?
It took a really long time.
Yeah, it took us. Mondo has been working on it for 20 years. No, you know, it's just a matter of like, you know, scheduling things and all of that. It's one of the best Batman movies ever, right? And it was just a matter of time, and I think it just worked out perfectly because for a while we didn't know we had access to that. Even though we had the animated series, we didn't technically have access to that movie until we were able to do the figure, right? And once we had unlocked that, then that unlocked other things.
Yeah.
And it coincided with an anniversary, which helps kind of like people are thinking about it again. And,
yeah, sometimes it's just about aligning all the pieces in the right way, and figuring out the conversations with the right person. And,
awesome. Thank you.
This is the last question.
Well, yeah. Can we expect a Rhino figure?
Oh. You know what? We've done giant figures before, so I think it's possible. Yes, it's totally possible. If you know, Spider-Man has so many great villains that Rhino. I love Rhino from that show. He's a beefy guy, so we do a lot of beefy characters. So
we gotta have something for the symbiote Spidey.
Yeah, to hold up. Yeah. So yeah, I'd love to get to Rhino at some point for sure.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Well, that's it, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. Thank you. Come say hi to us down at booth 227. 77. Oh my God.
Sorry we couldn't get to your last question. Come back.